Good morning. It's Saturday, February 6, 2021. Thanks for joining us on the Good Morning Show. I'm Adaure Achumba. Thanks for joining us. I'm Adaure Achumba, and welcome to the Good Morning Show. Today is Friday, February 5th. Let's take a quick look at the forecast. The all too ominous date of Friday the 13th is when we should get a sense of how many votes were cast in North Carolina's election. Now, by law, there is that 9-day window which allows for ballots postmarked by November 3rd to arrive. This is the garage here, but it's been turned into a receiving center for those returned ballots. Now, you can see here, there are two lanes here. We're going to walk over here and kind of walk you through what is happening. The canvassing to make election results official here in Guilford County continues tonight. It started this morning at 11 o'clock with officials counting the leftover ballots. Yeah, the Brown Recreation Center is one of the more popular polling sites for early voters here in Guilford County. And earlier today, this parking lot was full with so many cars and the lines were long. Matter of fact, you can see it's still growing. It's been growing over the last hour. A last-minute order Tuesday by a U.S. district judge in Washington, D.C. tried to force a search for all mail-in ballots at 27 USPS processing plants. Now, on Wednesday, though, the USPS said it couldn't deliver on that order. And here in the Triad, election mail isn't the only thing delayed. And this is going to be going on all evening. Right now, we have about 35 of the 165 precincts reporting. So there's still a lot more precincts to return their ballots here this evening. And of course, they are trickling in, but we're going to be here all night getting those updates for you. Former California Senator Kamala Harris took the oath of office Wednesday. She's the first female vice president in the nation's history, and she's inspiring other women like her. And Forsyth County was one of the few counties in North Carolina that recorded a problem with the precinct in Miller Park Recreation having to be extended for about 40 minutes. But really, it was just a slight change, an adjustment there for the voters there. Just about 11 people needed to use that extra time, as we were told. I'm live in Forsyth County. Adaure Achumba, WFMY News 2. And we've got walls of police officers around us. We also see some of the protesters, more protesters going up that way where the sheriff's deputies are lined up. And still happening behind me over on that side, you see the other line of Greensboro police officers. Very short and simple expression there about why he's seated up there. Again, it's a silent protest here. The officers came and asked him those questions and they let him do his thing. He's not bothering anyone that we see. He's up there and they're keeping an eye on him. He's going to monitor this situation again. Tension still flared up. We're not going to leave this scene. A lot of stuff going on here. So we're going to stay here for you guys and bring you any details of what happens as we are out here in downtown Greensboro. Reporting live, Adaure Achumba, WFMY News 2. I am at the Beverly Hills United Church of Christ, the location for a community healing event. Community leaders are asking folks to come out here and talk about an event, about that video, the body cam video, which Burlington Police Chief made public today. Nearly 30 hours, search crews have been launching from right behind me here, trying to find that missing teenager. Authorities say Cheyenne Sizemore has been missing since 1:30 p.m. Sunday afternoon. That's right, guys. I am right here at the scene of the shooting, which is located across from the Little Rec Center. And behind me, investigators are still looking into that vehicle. A group who call themselves heirs of the Confederacy plan to hoist the Confederate flag right here where the Silent Sam statue once stood. But they were quickly outnumbered by anti-Silent Sam protesters, most of them students. High Point police tell me the man who died was 80-year-old Ronald Adams. Adams was walking with his wife right here on Dover Place Road early Thursday morning. And that's when they say a car hit them right in front of this driveway. Downtown Greensboro residents and businesses are already looking ahead to when the project will be completed so that they can get to meet the people who will work there and shop there. But for now, we have to get through today. And as you can see, those shovels are lined up and ready. In about 30 minutes, we are going to kick off the project with a groundbreaking ceremony. Good morning, Eastern North Carolina. It's Saturday, November 4th. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Adaure Achumba. Unseasonably warm temperatures across Eastern North Carolina for the first week of November, but a cold front could change all of that. Meteorologist Ashley Pratt is in the Storm Track 12 Weather Center with a first look at your forecast. Good morning, Ashley. Matt, Mumfest is here. Do we need to bring out our rain gear with us?
Snow hasn't started accumulating on the highway, but over where I'm at, you can see there's grass here. You pack the snow a little bit together and make a nice stack. You can make a struggle snowman, even start a snowball fight. But here's a truck behind me. That truck is going to be leaving anytime soon, but they had to get a thumbs up to go start salting the roads.
You're inside your car, it's raining heavily, and all of a sudden, what you thought was a small pool of water starts rising. But you keep driving because it's not inside your car yet. Officials say that's a bad idea. All it takes is just 1 foot of fast rising water down here, and you're in trouble.
This is what Stonegate Drive here in Davidson County looks like after floodwaters from this creek overwhelmed the road and split it into two. Now neighbors can't drive across.
Hi guys, we are on Highway 70 East going towards New Bern, and we just drove through Kinston, North Carolina.
Think about what we've been telling you all day about downtown New Bern and how it has been overrun by floodwaters. And all through the day as ice accumulated, power also went out for thousands of people here in the Triad. Fortunately, the damage hasn't been that much, and the outages were not nearly as much as we saw during the first ice storm last Saturday. Now, right here in Guilford County at its peak, there was about 1,000 customers who were out of power. But in Forsyth County, we saw 8 times that amount, about 8,000 customers out of power.
Now, let's check on the snow conditions with WFMY News 2's adaure Achumba in Greensboro.
That's right, guys. I am right off of Wendover, and you can see the flakes are coming down. Earlier, I was telling my colleague Jeff that I wish the ground was actually dry so that we can get a little more of the sticking to the ground, but not on the road. But at least so that we can see some, enough accumulation to make maybe a snow angel or something. But look at what it's looking like here on the grass by the road. Just a little bit there to make a pretty picture that we finally have some kind of winter at last. But of course the roads are, wet and it's cold. So the standard advice, if you don't have to be out, stay home and avoid the roads or drive safely and carefully as you approach the roads this evening. Live in Greensboro, adaure Achumba, WFMY News 2. This is a private road, so the responsibility for fixing this falls on the neighbors. One of them I spoke to told me that she got a quote of around $30,000 for the repairs, and that's money she says none of them has. In Davidson County, adaure Achumba, WFMY News 2. This is the tally of that impromptu street poll that I took, but you know what? It is not scientific, so I'm not going to go by that alone. However, I did speak to the head physician at Cone Health, and he tells me that we don't have COVID-19 under control here in North Carolina. All right, Julie, this is one of 2 COVID-19 testing sites run by the Guilford County Health Department. As you can see here with all those red tail lights, the line is backed up and it snakes around the block and well into the parking lot. Own a sewing machine, know how to cut, or just have extra fabric lying around the house? There are face mask sewing groups in the Triad that could use your help. Wherever you decide to do your Christmas shopping and run your errands, you should definitely look the part and, of course, mask up. So I found the perfect items that we could send for this test. We can send this reindeer, Santa, a mug, and what's Christmas without a snowman? And off to the post office we go. So I'm walking into the post office now, and we're going to mail these items that I just bought and see how long it takes to get to their destination.
We're sending them to Greensboro, Colfax, Decatur, Georgia, and Houston, Texas. Along with the packages, I'm also sending Christmas cards to see which ones get to the destination first. All right, thanks, Matt. Now the rides are set up, the mums are out, and all that's left is for the crowds to pile into downtown New Bern for this year's Mumfest. It starts this morning at 10. News Channel 12's Nicole Griffin shows you what to expect this weekend. And we start with the latest on education in our state and the billions of dollars needed to safely reopen schools. Governor Roy Cooper, a Democrat, and the majority Republican North Carolina legislature don't always agree, but when it comes to getting students back in class, both sides agree it will take a lot of money. The governor and lawmakers proposed plans for how this money should be spent. WFMY News 2's Alma McCarty breaks down the details of both plans. Thanks, Taran. Now let's turn to some of the big stories making headlines today. Unforgettable and stressful, that's what High Point's interim police chief calls what happened early Friday morning. 2 people are dead after a standoff between several triad law enforcement agencies. The incident began late Thursday night into early Friday. More businesses are facing consequences after an ALE raid in Greensboro. 2 businesses won't be selling alcohol anytime soon. The ABC Commission rejected applications from Hotspot and MLK Discount Mart on Martin Luther King Drive. Investigators raided both stores and 5 homes as part of an investigation into illegal drug activity. The Rockingham County Board of Elections is responding to a lawsuit over the firing of its deputy director. Amy Simpson filed the suit back in December. She claims the board wrongfully fired her, saying they violated her First Amendment rights. And coming up, your weekend weather is next with Taran Kirksey. Will it be snowy skies heading into Super Bowl Sunday? He'll take a closer look at our chances. Plus, with new COVID strains appearing, more people are wondering if the vaccine will be effective and will you have to get them yearly? We verify that on the Good Morning Show when we return. 6:30. Now, Taran, I know you have plans. Tell us all about it.
Food. I mean, that's the most important plan. So we'll see what happens. What about you?
I don't have much in my refrigerator, so I'm thinking popcorn and later on maybe noodles.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that. Popcorn's always a good thing.
All right, well, the Super Bowl will look a lot different this year, but that isn't stopping a longtime football fan from grabbing a ticket. Thomas Henschel has never missed a Super Bowl game. Take a look at his story and his prediction for tomorrow's game. And that does it for the Good Morning Show this Saturday. CBS This Morning is up next at 7 a.m. I'm adaure Achumba. Thanks for joining us, and get out there and get to it.